Hello everyone, today we are going to see a problem on journal bearing. We have already seen one of the problem. So here is another problem. A full journal bearing of 50 mm diameter and 100 mm long has a bearing pressure of 1.4 Newton per mm square. The speed of the journal is 900 rpm and the ratio of journal diameter and clearance is 1000. The bearing is lubricated with oil whose absolute viscosity at the operating temperature of 75 degrees centigrade may be taken as 0.011 kg meter second. The room temperature is 35 degrees centigrade. Find the amount of artificial cooling required, the mass of lubricating oil required if the difference between outlet and inlet temperature of the oil is 10 degrees centigrade. Take specific heat of the oil as 1850 joule per kg per degree centigrade. This is the question that we have got. We need to design a journal bearing and we need to find out the amount of artificial cooling required as well as mass of the lubricating oil required for removing of the heat generated. Okay, so this is the question we are having. First of all, we will start writing the given data. The first thing we have given is diameter. He has given diameter of journal bearing. He has given as 50 mm. Okay, the next thing he has given as length. L is equal to 100 mm. Next he has given as bearing pressure. PB is equal to 1.4 Newton per mm square. Speed he has given as N is equal to 900 rpm. Diametral clearance he has given, diameter clearance, that is equal to D by C. Okay, 1000. Absolute viscosity, absolute viscosity, Z is equal to 0.011 kg per meter second. Operating temperature he has given, that is TO he has given. Operating temperature he has given, not the bearing temperature. Just remember that he has given as operating temperature TO. Okay, 75 degrees centigrade. Absolute temperature he has given as absolute or atmospheric temperature, sorry, atmospheric temperature he has given as 35 degrees. Next he has given us the temperature difference. He has given, that is 10 degrees centigrade, delta T. Okay, the specific heat of oil, Cp is equal to 1850 joules per kg per degree centigrade. Okay, this is the data we have got. So the next thing that we have to do is, we already know what is the design procedure for calculating the journal bearing. So first thing we have to do is length and diameter, that is already given, as well as the bearing pressure is also given. Next we have to calculate the heat generated. So calculating the heat generated. So leaving the design procedure aside, we have the thing like find the amount of artificial cooling required. The first question he has asked us to find the amount of artificial cooling required. So for finding the artificial cooling required, we need to calculate the heat generated as well as heat dissipated. Okay, the heat generated is calculated by Qg is equal to mu into W into V. So this is the formula that we have in the data book. So in the data book page number 19.4 you can find the data regarding the heat generated during the operation. Okay, so Qg is equal to mu WV watts. Okay, so this is the heat generated formula. Next we have to go for calculation of mu. The mu is nothing but from Mackey's equation you can find that mu is equal to 33.25 by 10 to the power of 8 into Zn by P into D by C plus K. So these are the values that we are having. So every value, I think entire values is given in the data book. If not so, entire data is given in the question. If not so, we will find it in the data book. Don't worry about that. Okay, so let us start our problem. Mu is equal to 33.25 by 10 to the power of 8 into Zn by P into D by C plus K. So this is the formula we are having. So in the question itself he has mentioned us all the data regarding the Zn by P, 33.25 by 10 to the power of 8. Next is the Z value he has given as absolute viscosity. Okay, and N is given as the speed. Okay, by P. Okay, so these are the values we are having, but into D by C. The D by C value is also given here. Okay, just substitute those values. So 33.25 by 10 to the power of 8 into Zn 0.011 into 900. The speed will be 900 by P value he has given as 1.4 into 1000. So plus K. So the K value will be lying between 0.002 to 0.005. So try to assume the value, or you can take the value from L by D ratio, that is from the graph. Okay, that is in the page number 1 minute, let me show you that. So the L by D ratio, using the L by D ratio we can find the K value. Okay, so we have to find L by D ratio, where from L by D ratio you have to go above the line, so that at which point it is touching the curve we have to go to the left and you can find the K value. So you just substitute the K value. I am just taking the K value as 0.002. Okay, so this is the thing. So I have got an answer of 0.0043. Okay, this is the value that I have got while calculating the Qg. Okay, the next thing that we have to do is we have to find the load. Actually in the question he didn't mention us the load. Okay, so he didn't mention us the load or anything, so just we have to find the load value. So for calculating the load we have a bearing pressure formula. P is equal to load by projected area. Okay, so we can find the load from this formula. So W is equal to P into L into D. Okay, so the bearing pressure formula will be in the page number 19.4. Sorry. So in the bearing pressure, developed bearing pressure is equal to P is equal to W by L into D. Okay, so this is the formula we are having. Just substitute the values. P will be 1.4 into length will be, I think 100 mm he has given. Sorry, length he has given as 100 mm and diameter he has given as 50 mm. So the load value will be 7000 newtons. Okay, so this is the value that I have got. Next we need to find out the V value. V value we have to find out. V is equal to pi dn by 60. So pi into 0.05 into 900 by 60. So I have got an answer of 2.356 meters per second. So this is the value that I have got. So the next thing that we have to do is we have to calculate the heat generated. The Qg is equal to 0.00433 into load value is 7000 into V value 2.356. okay. So after calculating the Qg value I have got is 71.53 joules per second. Just check it once with your calcs whether the answer that I have got is same as yours. If not so, we will check the answer. Okay. So the next continuation step is we need to find out the heat dissipated. The heat dissipated will be found out in the formula, from the formula. Heat dissipated by the bearing is equal to HD is equal to QD or HD is equal to C into A TB minus TA watts. Okay, so this will be found out in the page number 19.5. okay, just refer the data book and you can find that formula. For QD is equal to CA into TB minus TA. So this is the formula we are having. So here in the question he didn't mention as the C value, so heat dissipation coefficient he didn't mention us. That's why I am going to assume that value. So C value can be assumed by two conditions, whether in the question if he has mentioned as whether it is a ventilated or unventilated bearing, we can take any of the values. If he doesn't mention the ventilated or unventilated also, we can assume that also. Okay, I am assuming it as unventilated bearing and I am going for the value between 140 to 420. You can take any of the values between the these two things. Okay, just I am going for a value of 300. You can take any of the other values. Okay, just take another values and try to do the calculations. Okay, so I am taking the C value as 300. Here the A value will be projected area L into D and TB minus TA. So the TB minus TA can be found out using the formula half of operating temperature minus atmospheric temperature. So this value, this is the relation that we are having to find out the value of TB minus TA. Okay, so just remember this relation because it won't be available in data book. Just calculate that half of TO is given as 75 degrees and TA, that is atmospheric temperature, is given as 35. So we will be getting an answer of 20 degrees centigrade. Okay, TB minus TA. So just substitute the value in the given formula. QD is equal to 300 into L into D, that is 0.05 into 0.1 into 20 degrees centigrade. Okay, so you can find the value of QD, that is in watts. So I have got an answer of 30 watts. Okay, just check the value and if any one of you got a different answer, let me know. So the first question that we need to calculate in the questions he has given us to find out is the amount of artificial cooling required. For finding the amount of artificial cooling required, we have to do heat generated minus heat dissipated. So the heat generated we have got is amount of artificial cooling is equal to Qg minus Qd. Okay, so the amount of artificial cooling that is required. Okay, so Qg I have got an answer of 71.53 and QD, the heat dissipated, I have got 30. Okay, so the value will be 41.53. okay, so this will be the heat that we have to remove, that is artificial amount of artificial cooling required is equal to 41.43. we have solved the first question that is given in the question. The next question that we have to solve is the mass of lubricating oil required. Okay, so the mass of lubricating oil required can be solved using the formula M is equal to Hg by Cp into delta T. So Hg is nothing but your heat generated. So the heat generated by Cp into delta T. In the question itself he has mentioned as the Cp value, that is specific heat. So the specific heat of oil he has given as 1850 joules per kg per degree centigrade, and the difference in temperature is also given delta T. The value is 10 degrees centigrade. So all the values are there. We can find the value of mass of oil required, that is for heat removal, can be easily found out through using this. Okay, so the mass of oil required, mass of oil for heat removal, M is equal to, he has given as Qg by Cp into delta T. Okay, so the Qg value is 71.53 by specific heat he has given as 1850. Okay, so 1850 into 10. Okay, so I have got an answer of 3.86 into 10 to the power of -3. Okay, kg per second. Okay, this is the value that I have got. So just check the value and tell me the answer. If any one of you got a different answer, let me know that. So this is the end of your problem. So I think you all understand the journal problems. Let us go for ball bearings and roller bearing problems. Okay.